I'm excited to start Recession-proof your business with the power of your employees. But I need to tell you that my excitement doesn't mean that this will be a kumbaya, la la land style of gathering. I mean, it would be so awesome for us to live in a kumbaya society. But today, as we speak, we are far from that. I need to warn you that today's information, it could be also like a wake-up call for you, and also you could feel uncomfortable because the information will make you dig deeper inside your business, because there are so many things to retrieve when it comes to your people. But I want to assure you that if you will start applying what I share with you today, including the 2 homework I prepared for you today and tomorrow, you will start seeing the difference. And not only see it, but feel it. And that's the key. Before we dive in, please prepare a piece of paper to take some notes, because I want you to be actively involved in this process. And because I won't share any slides today, because I want to focus on the message between you and I, and not just flipping slides. Let's start. Companies today are doing tons of mistakes when it comes to their people. They have no idea who they are, and so they don't know how to leverage their true potential. They are focusing on operations, processes, growth, you name it, and many times they leave out completely the human factor. What I proved over and over again in the businesses I work with, including my own, is that when you're focusing on people, knowing them and seeing them for who they truly are, that will overcompensate any kind of financial benefits, salaries, and you can continue the list. Let me paint you the picture of our world today. We are currently living in a fresh recession stage, and it's a very, very busy world. It was not enough that COVID is still here today and haunts us, but now we can start to see the consequences. You can hide the dirt under the carpet by aiding out companies, people, by printing more money, until at some point. But everything has an end to it. And as a cherry on the pie, today we also have an inconceivable war. And if you are by any chance a company that thinks that everything is okay and you are safe and you have no issues, think again, because in the market today, it is a lot of fear. And this is our main focus today, because fear is here, it's real, and it doesn't protect your employees. Your employees witnessed companies like Fast, like Olive, companies in high growth stages that received hundreds of millions of dollars in funding just to default later or be in such a jeopardizing situation that they need to reconfigure. And employees just found themselves out of the equation through an email and with their future compromised. But they are the directly affected ones. How about the indirectly affected ones? Those who watched all this unfold from the sidelines, like, for example, their friends, their colleagues, their connections, your employees, watching the news, seeing what is out there. Your employees saw those things, and I wonder how many employees do you have who know such people who are going through such a disastrous moment in their life, and this will only continue. And then they start to think, okay, so if that company that was just in the news yesterday, praised and acclaimed, is in this mess today, how can I be sure that the company I'm in right now is safe? By the way, if I would run a company that just laid off many people recently, the first thing I would do is to create a live event for the remaining ones with a speaker that investigates truly what's going on there and creates such an uplifting, such a transformational speech that talks to their hearts in a way that they can find hope and trust in the future. And that is very, very important, because fear debilitates. Fear alone reduces productivity with 56%. And even if some people work harder, they work worse. Under fear, you cannot focus. Your memory is a mess. You're juggling between tasks like a crazy animal, and you don't know in what direction to look. And not to mention that creativity is zero, and same with any kind of problem-solving abilities. Under fear, people tend to hide things and get quiet. You don't want that. It is a trauma-based environment, even if you didn't cause it. Isn't this enough? No? Okay, then remember that chronic fear can cause a series of illnesses, including chronic pain in several parts of the body, phobic anxiety, OBS episodes, and paranoia. I could go on with the list for this entire session. Now more than ever, you need to step up your game and become an active player, a game changer, a true leader who gets on a mission to ban fear out of your company. And how can you do that? By bringing in some hope. And yes, I know, hope is so undervalued, but you know what? Hope is the precursor of more. Without hope, you have nothing. But with hope, you can start transforming everything else and bring in faith, you can bring in confidence, you can bring in trust, and beyond. There was an experiment with rats in the 50s. They took a group of rats, they put them in water, watched them drown. Then they took a second group of rats, put them in water, and before they drowned, they took them out. Then they took a third group of rats and they put them in water together with the rats that were saved. The first group of rats died quickly, but the second outlasted them 240 times, to be exact, from 15 minutes to 60 hours, just because of the trust that they might be saved. Now, just think about it. Now is the time to bring in hope and true connection and your people to feel that you are a close, tight home and they can feel secure, and hope it will help you do that. It's a first stepping stone. Never, never assume that your people are okay, that they are big guys, they should know better. You talk with them once, this is serious business, this is tech business, they will be fine. No, that's not true. Until 10 employees, it is easy to manage the situation because it's a cozy kind of vibe, and I hope you created that for your employees, and so they can feel more secure. But starting from 10, situation can just go in another direction because hidden issues will start to get into the company. And now just consider that 10% of your employees are under the influence of fear, just 10%. But how much potential are you leaving on the table? How about if that 10% is actually 20%, 50%, more? What if? Do you know the percentage? And so here it is. Now I prepared for you the 5 minutes challenge. Why 5 minutes? Because I created a simulation for different sized companies and I went up to 100. Even if you lead a company with 100 employees, you could spare 5 quality personal time with each employee per month, because that would mean a full workday, 8.3 hours in total. But now, hypothetically, do your employees deserve 5 minutes with them? Okay, if you have a co-founder or a partner in crime, that will be easier for you. And if you have a larger business or a smaller business, then of course you can adjust accordingly. But those 5 minutes can create miracles. And if you do that more often, awesome. Ready for the assignment? Please do it until tomorrow's episode and share all the findings with us. What you have to do: think about an employee you don't know as much or didn't talk for a long time and ask the following questions. before asking, just remember every time when you have such conversations with an employee to create the right type of context. Because without context, you have confusion because you didn't set the stage right. All right. Hi, John. I really wanted to see you and talk with you because we didn't talk for a long time. You know, I was thinking to ask for your opinion and how do you see what's out there? I mean, there is a crazy situation and it's a lot of fear in the market. Is that something that bothers you? Do you think about such thing? Is there a heavy pain or maybe something you feel in your chest about the current situations? Because I would truly love to understand your viewpoint and learn from you. Anything you could share honestly, it would be highly appreciated. And now, listen. Just listen, because besides the awesome intel you will get from that employee, you will create a true connection. And not even that, but that day, the employee will be like, wow, I cannot imagine what happened. He or she wanted to talk with me, to ask about my opinion. I feel so good. What a great leader, boss, company. I just love my job. And that employee could not even sleep that night by excitement. And that's very, very true, really. So come back tomorrow and share with us your findings. And I can assure you that you will have also your personal insights from this exercise. And I hope that this will become a habit from now on. Tomorrow, I will introduce you a second danger you want to eradicate from your company. Very important. And also to learn about your findings before we proceed. Follow me and press that bell button because in this way, you will receive the notifications in time. I will finish with a quote. May your choices reflect your hopes, not fears. Nelson Mandela. See you tomorrow.